Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video to the channel. So today's Friday, which only means one thing, and today is going to be our Marketwatch video for this week. So just want to have a quick apology with the videos this week. I've only done 2 videos because I've been quite busy with work. So I should be catching up over the weekend and hopefully be back to normal some point next week, where we'll do a couple more videos in the week. However, I must say the support on the 2 videos I've done in the week this week has been great. And they've been some of my best viewed videos for a couple of weeks. So thank you all for liking, subscribing, and as well commenting on the videos as well. It really does mean a lot. So in terms of this week for Marketwatch, in terms of updates, nothing really major. We've had some graphical updates and also some upcoming maintenance and stuff. So nothing really massively game breaking and nothing really changing to the game as well. Now I did do a video last on the channel which was related to bonus XP. I do think we're not far off bonus XP. I think it's going to be late Feb, early March. But again, we are still waiting for that announcement, so nothing is absolute concrete. That is just what I think. So I do think that some of the price rises before we go through them will be related to bonus XP. But anyway, let's get going for the price rises for Runescape 3 for this week. So one of the trends last week was the Necromancy runes, and the Necromancy runes sort of going up. Now we've hinted at that because the XP cap for Necromancy is very quickly coming up to finishing. And then because of that, you can start putting your lamps and stars on Necromancy. And because of that, it sort of had a pull on the prices of stuff as well. So we'll see how that affects it. But starting off, we're going to go with Flesh Runes. Flesh Runes are now just under 1,000 coins. And again, this really is a pretty strong rebound for the Necromancy runes. Obviously, we'll go through all of them as and when. But getting back to the K, it's nowhere near the hype of where it was released. But a K for a Flesh Rune is pretty good. Because I think you can do Flesh Runes at a double multiplier, so that is pretty good there. Powder of Penance jumped up 100k to 391. In my opinion, this was too cheap for how useful it was, and I don't know if it was related to the buffs from the Christmas event. People didn't need prayer because of the buff you could get, or that might have been the Volcath event. But either way, there might have been a buff to prayer, which meant that people didn't need the use of penance. Penance is always important, and for 300k it was just too cheap. So to see it back up at 400k, not a surprise. I really wouldn't be surprised if it went up a bit more. Miasma Rune at 1.8k, pretty decent to be fair, but you'll make more money doing Flesh Runes. Again, with the Necromancy runes, you really need to work the multiplier to see what is best, but 1.8k is still really good, and again, bringing more profit back to Necromancy rune crafting. Blood of Orcus, 13.1k, really good, and again, one of the standouts for the Archeology items. Really good item, and you'll always make profit doing Blood of Orcus. Just having the ability to be done in binding contracts really gives it that stability in its price. You never really see Blood of Orcus go cheap like the other materials. Gold bar, pretty good one there, 2.3k, massively gone up. And again, gold bars are always one to keep an eye on. And I've said this for quite a few market watches now. For me, whenever it drops to about 1.6k, 1.7k, it's worth investing for 10, 20k bars and just stick them in your bank, because you will make money off them, because it just will go up at some point. Also, growing Marintils at 6k, probably one of the best herbs to farm now. I think that's higher than Toadflax. And again, check the farming calculator on the wiki. But 6k for a Marintil, that is definitely some decent profit. Fragile Mementos, following a bit of a trend we've seen over the past couple of weeks, 5.5k. Elder Wood Spirits, 2.3k, still got quite a lot to go. Assassin Walk Override, now back to over 1.1 bill. This will probably get a re-release at some point, but then we'll see what it does with the price. Greater Ritual Candle at 1.8k. Cadmium Red, again, we've always stated the colours are very good. 9k there, probably could see that going over 10k like Cobalt Blue did. Hellfire Metal, 12k, following Blood of Orcus. Bone Rune, 578, and I believe you can make 4 of these with a multiplier, depending on your rune crafting level. Again, keep an eye on that, because that's actually pretty good, and again, more money for Necromancy rune crafting. Aggression Flask, 161k. I am pretty sure that would be a very viable moneymaker if you went and checked the price of potions, although the bracket freeze might be up as a result. Extreme Magic's 11.6k, but we've always stated we've always thought those have been a bit cheap for a while. Volcath Spike, 5.1 mil. Potato Cactus on its way back up still, 3.4k for that. Ectoplasm bouncing again from last week, and again, Ectoplasm really is trying to find its price. I can guarantee that next week this will be in the price falls. But 4.2k really does bring a lot of extra value into your rituals. The clay from the Warforge, just under 3k, and again, that's got quite a stretch of profit it could make. And a lot more that could rise as well if it had some decent demand to it. Binding contracts for Blood Veils at 137k, insane profit, they always will be I think. Nightmare Musper pouches 56k, worth having a look into with Muspers, whether, because they are a very good task, and if you're picking up the spines to make the pouches, could be a very good way to make a little bit of extra profit from Slayer. Sorrow Brews back on the march, 33.8k, but that is for a brew flask. So again, check your margins for the normal potions there. Lanternine 6.2, Qualms 3.3. Powerful Mementos now to 22.2k, and this is the highest tier of Mementos you can do. Spirit Runes up to 147 GP each. Malachite, basically the green Bandos colour. 9.4k, and again following Cadmium Red, so it's interesting that they're going up as well. Powerful Necroplasm 356 GP each. Addy Ore 1.4k, a Raw Cave Fish is 565 GP, and a Magical Thread from Runecrafting is 300k. We've got a couple of the Wood Spirits here, again nothing really near where it needs to be. Acadia is still too cheap, but the others are getting somewhere near the price you'd want. And again, you can tell the Archeology hype is here because we've got some even more materials, which really to me singles like either people are doing a massive push for Archeology or people are prepping for Archeology for bonus XP. Now, if you need to AFK, if you need to ult, the amount of Archeology items in this price rises signal to me camp Archeology spots. So we've got Orgone from the Anachronia dig site, that is going to be 7.8k each. Starosara is 6.9, and Armadillo Yellow 11.5k each for a colour. So that is very high, but again, all these are spots you can go in AFK, whether it's a cache or whether it's an actual spot which have these, and it'll be very decent profit per hour, purely AFK. Extreme range 10.4k, again that's a very cheap extreme, and with the ability to like do your overloads, AFK your overloads, it's just like cheap Herblore XP, and I can see people doing it. Zami Spear 1.3 mil, Ancient Elven Ritual Shard 15.2, Green Blubber Jellyfish 2.2, decent price there. Black Santa is now 7.7 bill, and some skipping tickets from Clue Scrolls. Tower skipping tickets 1 mil each, and a lockbox skipping ticket is 190k. Sandstone, really good mining method for profit, and something I do need to check out. Again, a 2kg is 301, but I'm pretty sure it'll be way over mid for that. Sorrow Brew 6.8k, it will follow the flask price, it will be going up as well, so decent money there. Probably decent profit actually making Sorrow Brews. And then finally the Aurora Die, which has jumped up at 14 mil because they are no longer coming into the game. So again, for the second week going, massive price rises and things here which you're going to make GP from quite easily. It seems to me like if you've got some downtime or if you want to AFK hard, get in the Archeology materials because there's a lot here which are going to make decent profit, and it's clear they've got demand. Not only that as well, with the Exoplasm price, there's definitely going to be some rituals which will bring you GP. Binding contracts with Blood Veil will be serious money if you have the binding contracts ready, but if you're going to make some, be prepared to pay a bit more because Blood of Orcus and the Hellfire Metal are slightly up as well. If you're a low-level farmer, Grimy Marine Tools are 6k each, and there's a massive profit for farming those. So those are ones I'd look into farming as well. So the price falls for this week. So again, we'll sort of go through the cosmetics. The Winter Scarf and the Winter Hat Aurora are down. The Festive Warrior Skeleton, Fairy Light Fishing Token are all pretty low. So Snape Grass is 247 GP each. Lesser Necroplasm, similar to last week. And what I've been saying about Ectoplasm, it was up last week and it's down this week. So it's back down to 109 GP each. Very cheap. Greater Ghostly Ink is now 9.7k. You might have some scope of making profit, but at 9.7k, it's worth stocking up on that because, in my opinion, I revisit Archeology quite consistently because there's different things for it. And if things is cheap, I'd always be interested in picking them up while they're cheap as well. Eric Bones 10.9k on the way down after having a bit of a nice push in price. The Robe of the First Necromancer is down. Again, not sure on that because of the price, but I thought it was worth mentioning. Molten Glass, 884 GP each. That has gone down. And again, making bomb vials will be very good profit with that as well. Very good price for Molten Glass stats. So one to keep an eye on. Foot Wraps and Robe of the First Necromancer as well is there. The Siku Seed, which we learned for the first time existed a couple of weeks ago, on its way down. Purple Santa, 66.5 mil. Personally, I think it's a little cheap. But again, we've seen the same with the Orange Halloween where it's not really moved or done anything, but I think for how the Santa hat looks, it is a very nice cosmetic rare, even though it's still very new. But for me, 66 mil is cheap. Dragon Bones, 9.5k. Again, these have been a little bit hit and miss. And again, I'll be watching the price here. If these drop anywhere sort of below 8k, I would buy them because they're very susceptible for bouncing and going up. So I'd definitely keep an eye on them. If they hit that 7 to 8k mark, me personally, I would purchase them because they'd be viable to train prayer with. Omniguard, 600 mil. Greatest Sonic Wave ability is now 3.4 mil. Buy it if you do not have it. Stonewall segment, 8.9k, still a very good way to make some money. A lot of the lower tier seeds, nothing too there, but Bloodweed seeds are now under 80k. Decorated Fishing Urns at 10.1k. The Dinosaur Propellant from the Anachronia Firemaking, 923 GP each. Air Orbs are golden cheap, 448. Chaotic Brimstone, after having their rise last week or the week before, on the way down because, I don't know, demand or just it's an archaeology material, it just goes up and down. Ghost Essence on its way back down, 202.9k each. Might be worth a buy this, and the only reason I say this is, with the cap being released from Necromancy, a lot of people will go to things like Abyssal Beast to train. Abyssal Beast, you kind of need the Ectoplasmate in, to do the Ectoplasmate you need Ghost Essence, but again, that's a bit of me having a bit of a conspiracy theory of what that could be. Great Concentrated Blast, 34.5 mil. Again, I think that's one to pick up as well. Really good upgrade to Magic, and admittedly, Magic isn't the be-all and end-all now, but you never know in the future, it might come and it will be higher because of that as well. Again, just think of like how the Jazz book was irrelevant, then Necromancy came, it became relevant, and it went through the roof. While things like that are cheap, if you think for the long-term point of your account it's worthwhile, buy it and use it, because it is it could be a deal further on. And then in terms of the rest of the items, Onyx have gone a bit cheap. You might be able to buy them and now come for profit, but again, they will be low buys. And Skills Necklaces, 14.8k. Weird these, because I don't know why they're that price, because they're too expensive for what they are. Rings Dawling can be a good one for you to make a little bit of profit with, because their margins can be all over the place. But yeah, pretty standard week of the price falls. Loads of money makers on the price rises, and it really, to me, signals that people are preparing for a bonus XP. People are preparing for Archeology, or Archeology is a really in-demand skill at the minute. But Necromancy runes, huge rises this week. I fully expect them to be in the price falls next week, but that's a pretty good week anyway. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Again, I want to apologise for the videos this week, but I'm really, really thankful for you guys enjoying the content and all the subscriptions, likes, and comments as well. So any suggestions you've got, throw them in the comments. Anything you guys think there is a reason for these price rises, drop them in as well. I like to have the discussion in the comments. I think it's really good that you guys can discuss between yourselves as well without it turning it into an absolute flame war. So thank you guys for that. But again, I want to say thank you one more time for watching the video. If you have enjoyed, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.